So today I'm going to show you how to print without paint and without your basic printing materials. So printing is a technique that artists use to recreate something again and again. They usually use some type of ink or paint, and they'll either work on a wooden surface that's carved, or they'll create it on like a rubber material. And sometimes there's even the process of silk screening, which is like a screen that you put in your window, and they lay a stencil down, paint over it with a special chemical, lift the stencil, and it leaves just that picture, which then they rub ink over onto a surface. So printing is the technique of creating something again and again. So I'm going to show you how to print again without using paint. So we have a lot of food items today. So I have some jam. I used raspberry jam because it's gonna dye the best, just because of the natural berries and stuff that are mixed in there. I have some food coloring, some soy sauce, and some barbecue sauce. And then I have potatoes, which you can cut and texture. This one I just poked holes in. I have some marshmallows and some foil. So I'm going to show you how you can print using these materials. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to use the potato first, and I'm going to paint some barbecue sauce on it. And you definitely want your cup of water nearby. I'm painting my barbecue sauce all over my potato. All right. And then I'm gonna just stamp it onto my paper, and it creates an impression of my potato. So then for the next one, I'm gonna show you how to print. Let me grab some paper towel to clean my brush. I'm going to use the soy sauce, but this time I'm going to use a marshmallow. So I'm going to take my marshmallow and I'm going to dip it in my soy sauce, lift, and stamp. And it's going to give me some spots doing that. And you don't have to use soy sauce. If you have tea at home, you can put the tea in a cup of hot water and you let it soak so that you get that stain. All right, next we're going to use the food coloring. I'm just gonna stir that up a bit. And I'm gonna use my marshmallow again. So if you have like apples, things like that, you can cut the apple in half, and you can let your kiddos stamp with the apple. And this is just a ball of foil. So I crumpled it up, and I'm gonna stick this in the raspberry. And I'm just gonna stamp across my paper, and this is gonna give me some texture. So again, this is it's printing because we're creating the same print again and again. So this is a great way to print when you don't actually have paint or ink and things like that. So you can use food and print with food. You can also find objects from outside maybe that you want to print, like if you want to take some pine tree branches and stick those in your jam to get that texture. But you can see all these food items printed using the different things. So I'm going to go ahead and rate this. So we have barbecue sauce. Makes you hungry, doesn't it? Soy sauce. This was food coloring. And raspberry jam. All right. And again, I used a potato. You can use marshmallows. You can use some foil. Anything you have on hand at home, I recommend using. You can use Q-tips. Anything that's going to be absorbent too. And I mean, maybe if you wanted to, you could reuse the potato and eat it. Not sure how tasty that would be, but barbecue sauce and potato sounds good. So you might even be able to salvage some stuff depending on, it's up to you if you want to wash it and reuse it for food. I guess it just depends on your feelings towards that. So, or you can even mash it up, maybe make some pet food out of it so it doesn't go to waste, because I hate wasting food too. So I wouldn't feed this to my dog though, just because of the soy sauce, and I wouldn't feed this. So that is the unfortunate thing. When using food, some of this does go to waste, but it's nice you're using it in a creative way. All right, so I hope you enjoy this and it helps you with coming up with some ideas to print at home and getting more creative and using these different materials to still create art from home. All right, take care. Bye.